Today, we are stepping back in time to the era of steam engines and historical locomotives. We've discovered a hidden gem where you can wander among towering, incredible locomotives. You can even get hands-on.
Hello. How are you? Hello.
And you can even ride some of them. This place isn't far from Prague and it's easily accessible for everyone. So we're going to be visiting some cool museum for old trains, and I know families and kids are going to absolutely love this place. This place is Lužná Rakovníka Railway Museum. The easiest way to get here is by driving, as this place is just 60 minutes outside of Prague. Alternatively, you can begin your immersive train experience by going to Praha-Veleslavin train station, and this is located on the Green Metro line. This is the same stop which you go if you want to catch the bus to the airport. From here, you can take a direct train route which takes about 1 hour to reach to the railway museum, and you can also come back to the stop. Each direction on the train is going to cost less than €5 for a single adult. You can buy the tickets by going to the official train website cd.cz. I highly suggest before planning your visit, you go to the museum's official website. Here you're going to get the latest information on the opening days and hours, as they are closed over winter. During spring and autumn, they are open only during the weekends and holidays. The entry cost to the museum is €8 per adult. Kids which are over 4 and students pay around €6, and kids which are under 4, they enter for free. We began by exploring what appeared to be a train graveyard. I found it fascinating that you can literally walk anywhere without restrictions. The whole place is barrier-free for exploration. However, there are some rules, so you do need to be responsible and to be careful so you don't end up getting hurt. In this section of the train graveyard, we saw a first-generation electric locomotive from 1962, and near it, we saw a yellow railway snowplow, and this is something which I haven't seen in the Czech rail system before. My kids found the train graveyard a bit too rusty for their liking, and the possibility of a few spiders lurking that prompted them to suggest that we move along very quickly. So the actual scale of this train museum is actually huge. There is almost like 30 steam train engines, and then there's also some diesel trains, and there is such a wide selection. And as you walk around, every corner there's something cool to look at. So what you see right there, this was my favorite wagon. The paintwork on it just pops. It's not something you see usually on the Czech railway system. And this one is registered to the Krušovice brewery, which is a popular Czech beer maker. A major theme you're gonna find throughout the museum is interactivity. We came across a manual rail barrier which you can wind, and later we're gonna explore the indoor exhibition, and there's even more interactive stuff, and that's gonna be significantly more fun, so I'm gonna show you that later on. A few moments later, we encountered something I was just not prepared to experience. Whoa. When you walk into the bunkers, these are huge trains. Look at that, they are massive. And you can tell they're oiled up, which means they're actually functional, and they're protecting them in this hangar-like place. But they are massive, it's incredible. I'm gonna call these the super trains. These are locomotives that make your jaw drop if you see them rolling by. They're absolute giants. The camera just couldn't capture the scale. Seeing an adult next to these, you can kind of get an idea of the immense size of these steam locomotives. And in here, you're going to also find some pictures on the wall of the trains which are in operation. You can also find some videos online of these trains running, because they do host some open days where you can see them in action. One interesting train which I really liked is called the Albatross. Isn't that a cool name? 40 of these were manufactured in 1947, and they were used to transport passengers for 30 years. And in the year 2011, they became non-operational. They were just simply too big to maintain and repair. Behind the Albatross, you're gonna find a flight of stairs. This gives you a nice view of the belly of this steam locomotive. So something cool, my daughter just observed that these trains, they are from Skoda Automotive. I didn't know Skoda makes actually trains. So this is actually quite a cool thing. And as I observed these trains, it just reminded me that when we used to live in Prague 6, there used to be some special days when these old trains used to be passing by our old flat, and you could actually buy a ticket and ride them in Prague. So that was pretty cool. I don't know if they're still doing it. I'll write a comment here if they are. I'm gonna say the big train storage area, that is definitely my favorite. So now let's go explore the inside museum. The internal section was surprisingly impressive. The first room features a highly interactive railway control room. The mini exhibition itself is actually really cool. There is about 4 rooms of highly interactive toys and actual real-life train equipment which kids can play with or you can play with and touch. So that's really cool. The level of detail which is in this room is just remarkable. It even contains some notepads which have been used in the past. It would have been more fascinating if they included a modern railway control system so that we can compare the past and the present. Oh look, there's another room with miniature railways. That's fun. Our final experience was riding the miniature locomotive. To enjoy this, you do need to purchase a ticket when you are entering in the first instance. They're gonna cost you around €3 per person. Anyone who's over the age of 4 needs a ticket, whilst the younger kids can ride for free. This ride is gonna last around 4 minutes and is definitely enjoyable. So the Railway Museum, actually a great experience. Absolutely love it, recommend it. If you're a fan of museums, then you need to definitely check out our next video where we're exploring the Prague National Museum, which is in the Prague city center. We're gonna check if it's worth visiting, what is there to do for kids, families, and solo travelers.